Well played, hard, short, end of the stick, but and proud of the way the guys think they played better this week than they did last week. Thought we played a really solid team. It's been playing good. Again, we played well, but not good enough. So congratulations to Michigan. Proud of our guys, proud of the seniors. Good, awesome group. A lot of ball to play, a lot of things to play for. We'll see if we're strong enough and led well enough to get what we need down the stretch.
What was your thinking on the final play call? You guys run, I think, 18 rushes in a row, then went with the pass. What was the decision?
Well, again, we had a back and forth. We talked about, hey, do you want to go zone read? And we had some one-on-one plays. We knew that we felt they would play pressure, man-to-man coverage, and we just went with the play where their defender did a good job defending, and we couldn't make the play. We talked about, hey, do you want to run a similar play to the play that we did before, the play before? We had, I think, the second down call. We had a chance when we ran the ball, and a lot of times we don't tell Nate. Sometimes with his injury and come off the shoulder, we don't like him to run a ton sometimes, but he actually maybe on second down could have kept it, but that really wasn't part of the scheme. And so we then included him on third down. He made a phenomenal effort trying to get in on third down when he spun around and got to about the 1.5 or 2. We talked about it. We had several choices. We went with the kind of a max pro and route over here and 2 routes over here and see if some guy can win. And they defended it.
How hard was it to not go with Jordan on that last play just as well as he'd been running, particularly against a defense that is that good?
We talked about it and made a choice.
Kevin, if you had scored a touchdown, would you have gone for 2?
No, I would have kicked it because we'd have been right back up, and I would have felt with the momentum that we had offensively, we would have scored, and then you would have had to go for 2 the next time. So we would have been right back up. I think we had enough plays that you thought that you might have, could continue to pop a few things in there. And again, you still got to execute, but we would have tried to extend it because now you're in the overtime. It's back-to-back scenarios. So we would have doubled down, and then we'd have had to go for 2 on the next one on the third OT. Didn't get there. Well, it's good team deal. You got some receivers, you got backside tight ends. I'm sure when we look at tape, those guys are well. So again, it takes a lot of guys to run the ball. It takes a pass game and their ability, to play the pass game. And look, what was Nate's numbers? 20 or 34 for 220. So there's some balance. So it's just a good team. Jordan played extremely well. Great game. Played hard. Did a lot of things, but also, thought we had a fair plan of what we were trying to do. It was good teamwork, a good team effort out there.
That last play aside, what was the mindset behind 18 straight run plays? Was it just kind of, if it broke, don't fix it?
I don't know. We had some passes, but and sometimes there's run pass combos. They were kind of playing challenge in every receiver. But really, the run was getting on schedule. I think we had 55 snaps in the first half. I thought the more they played Peppers on offense, the more tired he got. That was good. So I thought just had a lot of plays. I think the key was the first downs and second downs got us on schedule. Because we didn't get into a lot of third and longs on the first couple plays, and we got drives going. And I'm not sure. I don't think we had a 3-and-out on offense. Maybe we did. I don't remember. So it wasn't like we said we were going to run 18 straight. We just were playing, taking what was there. And maybe we should have ran the last one. Didn't work, so every time it doesn't work, you do something else that probably wouldn't work, but we don't know because no one will ever see that one. So,
What did you feel the issue was with the pass defense, particularly on those 2 overtime plays, 21-yarder and then the 20?
I was on really with the offense, getting their calls and what we're doing next. So we say exactly what the calls, communications were. I got to go back through with all the plays. I'm going back to regulation. We had them 4th down, if I remember correct, 4th and 5. And it's a little popped out. We had some great pressure and couldn't quite get there. Looked like Shaw coming around their left tackle was heating it up, and the kid made a contested catch. They hit us on a double move, was the last move, on like a little slant and go, and our corner bit it. They got us there. So that was the last one. The one before, I'm trying to remember what the one before was. Help me out. I don't remember the call. Because again, I was talking again I was a fair amount with the offense, like, hey, what we're thinking next, and what all that deal. So I was kind of putting him with Coach Noor and his guys, and so I don't have that info.
Is there any concern, I guess, in your mind, any of those freshmen basically reaching a point where they've just sort of maxed out for the season back in the secondary?
I mean, they're going to have to, hope they hadn't Mac. I shouldn't say that word. I don't like that word. So, I mean, again, that's why we did some things, changing some of the practice to take some of the running, some of the workload off, But, Andre Brown, had a shoulder issue, didn't dress today. So you got a few, if you guys, Jamil Cook has not played in 2 games. He had an injury last game. He hadn't dressed the last 2. So he had an ankle injury, required surgery. So we're getting a little thin. So we're trying to be smart with them. But again, I expect those guys. This team, there is 0 moral victory. This team plays pretty good football, not quite good enough, but they got a knack for coming back. And I think our coaches are doing a good job coaching them. I think our leaders are doing really good. And we're going to work really hard down the stretch. This week, going on the road is going to be very difficult. And at the same time, we're going to put together a good week. And this team has a knack for coming back. And we keep talking. If we're a good team, we keep getting better. I thought we got better from, the way we played at Penn State wasn't good. And we got better until we stood around for 20 minutes. Then we came back the next week and got better until we stood around for 5. And then last week we were battling. This week they came back and, they continue to keep pushing. And it's not where we want. But I'm asking them to keep pushing. And as coaches, we're going to do everything we can the right way because it's a really great group of kids. And they don't deserve anything. We just expect them to get better. Believe they're going to. Expect them to.
I'd like to call a really timely timeout in the 4th quarter. Drive and I think wanted to regroup the defense a little bit. And the 2 snaps after that, they got really good pressure on Rudock, and you guys ended up holding to the field goal. With the secondary struggling the way it is, from your point of view, is that what really needs to happen now? Is
Yes.
consistent pressure?
Yes. And sometimes we have to do it where we can't blitz because you leave voids, leave holes. Some of those middle routes, when you pressure with backers up the middle's open, and they're running some leverage routes. So if you're inside, they're running corner routes, and if you're outside, they're running end breakers. So, but that was my thing. I thought we did a great job. Their leading rusher is their quarterback, and I might be wrong, but I believe it was all scrambles. And so we did a really good job, if you look at that, of holding their run game on run plays to about 60, 70 yards. And that's, a tough, physical, 2 tight end deal. So, I think our defensive fronts played well. We got to keep playing enough guys, Andy, that we can get the pressure that we need. That's what, again, we're just sitting around, and it's 2nd, 3rd down, and we're playing a really good team. We're winning. No disrespect, but if we can get that crowd louder, that tackle's a little slower out of the count. You can get, it's just you're so close that you need a lot of things clicking because you're getting down to a play or 2. And again, I'd like to. Now we're going to be on the road, so that don't matter down the stretch. We got to keep bringing our own energy. But the last few weeks, the way those guys are playing, the D line to me is the key to our defense finishing strong. Whether we've hit the wall, Zach, or not, you know what I'm saying? I think the D line is the key. Jordan Howard's playing great; he's healthy. But that O line and tight end, the way Cooper and those guys playing, that's a key to that run game. So there's a lot of groups, and again, we said that we were a good line of scrimmage team, and to me, if you're a good Big Ten team, you get stronger down the stretch. And we played 2 of the most physical Big Ten teams in the country the last 2 weeks, and we're starting to show that kind of brand. Now we got to make some plays and win those games.
Cooper and Latham got banged up late.
Latham cramped up. Matter of fact, he was kind of full. He was kind of full body cramped in there in the deal. So he just cramped, and Coop got an ankle but came back and played. He actually got kicked. And then we did the old proverbial, when it's late in the game and you get kicked, sometimes you get a free timeout if you just because player welfare is important. So it used to be like you had to come off the field to show your toughness. Like, hey, so that's kind of like if you're hurt and coming off, you can let your teammates because the game. Our tempo now as offense is slowed down. So why don't you almost get like basically a timeout? Michigan did the same thing a couple times. It's just some of the rub of the game.
Yeah, a couple juniors go through the pregame thing today. Is it door kind of closed and those guys?
Yeah, no. Matter of fact, and we tell them. Matter of fact, sometimes because we played so many juniors today, I saw today's senior day really as parent day. And a bunch of parents, our parent group, have an awesome group. They get together 4 games, after games. They're led by a couple families that are awesome with emails, and they've done a great job of bonding. And there's some great niches with the way they embrace all the new families that come in every year. And I think as families, sometimes some families want to be. I've talked to a couple kids. They need to understand the workload and if the door's open, if you want it, but at the same time, if you've earned the right to do this, and you can do it again if you want. It's more of a formality. And there might be some guys that didn't go through senior day that maybe don't want to be, come back. I mean, everyone's kind of different. Now, what is your work? I mean, it's workload. This is a lot of commitment. And after 4 years, do you want that on your body, your back, all the lifting, all the running, all the practices? And some guys do, some guys don't. We don't encourage it, discourage it. Here's the role. Only thing I ask is if a kid comes back, I don't want a poor fifth-year senior. I want a great attitude, positive dude, give me some energy and juice, help the team. There are several guys we'll visit, but his families, that man Jerry family and Sudfeld family and Spriggs, some of those families are fourth years gone, and a lot of those guys are red-shirted, have played with them, so we'll see. I don't think it's a big deal.
Offensively, though, you guys, 307 yards rushing against a team that are averaging 80.6 defensively, 41 points against a team giving up only 11.9. What did you see? Why was the run game so good, and why were you guys able to do so well offensively?
We're not a bad team, but we're not good enough because the real stat is we're 0-1 this week. And we need to get 1-0 next week. So it ain't about stats and running. It just wasn't enough. And so we ran it one more time then or not. Ultimately, there's only one stat that counts, and we're 0 for 1. So, but at the same time, we're a good enough football team with players that we can throw some stats out there, but the real stats the W. Right now, we are 0-6 against a couple really good teams, but that's Big Ten football, and that's Big Ten East football. And at the same time, we look forward to learning, having a good week. Appreciate the families and parents and fans here, you guys. And at the same time, we got a lot of football to play, and we're going to do everything because the one stat we need to be is find a way on the road. 7 days from now, we need to be 1-0 and get us one more.